Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Anakin Skywalker Padawan from Attack of the Clones. Now this figure is part of the wave that also consists of the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader and Reva figures from the new Obi-Wan series, as well as the Mandalorian Commando. So let's take a look at the card back and talk about the figure very quickly. So there's the card back now. It's a half decent image of Anakin Skywalker there. I'm not really too sure about some of the reflection from the lightsaber that they've tried to do there. They've definitely sort of photoshopped that. There's bits of his hair that look a bit purple, and to be honest, it just looks a bit strange. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the lighting right. I think this is an image of him when he's outside the Tusken Raider camp, I believe. And as I say, I'm just not too sure about the lighting that they've got on the face there. But it's still a pretty good card back. It's kind of what I imagine they would do for this figure from the Attack of the Clones. Now, I'm sure most of you are aware that this figure has been released previously, twice in fact. Once in the cancelled Legacy Collection, which came straight after the Vintage Collection 1.0, and he was also then repacked into the Black Series 3.75. Now I do have that figure with me now that we can compare once I get this guy out of the packaging, because he has got the photo real deco and he's got a new cape and things like that. So you can see there the accessories. He comes with his metal hand and a unlit lightsaber as well as his lightsaber, and the cape is sat behind the figure. As I mentioned, there are the other figures from the wave. So it's the Super Commando, there's Anakin, and then the three Obi-Wan figures. He is VC244 in the line. So, as I say, it's an alright card back. I think they could have done a little bit better, but it is kind of what I expected from this. Now also, if you haven't been watching the Obi-Wan series, then a spoiler alert is coming up right now. Of course, we did see Anakin Skywalker in this outfit in a flashback in the Obi-Wan series, so it's kind of timely that we've got this guy. We've got the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, and he's dressed like that in the Obi-Wan series, so it's a perfect time to bring this figure out, and yeah, it looks great. So we're going to take him out of the packaging and we're going to take a look especially at the cape, because once again, spoiler warning ahead, in the final episode of the Obi-Wan series, another character wears a robe which is very similar to this one. So I'm not going to put it on that person in this video, but check out my Instagram, because I'm going to put a picture up on Instagram and you can let me know whether it's a good use for this robe that comes with the Anakin or not. Okay then, so here is the figure out of the packaging, and I've got him with his robe on to start with. Now first of all, the robe is a little bit crumpled from being in the packaging, and it is quite difficult to get it to sit how you want with those two front tassels that are supposed to sort of hang down from the front of the hood. So it is a little bit fiddly, and I've done the best I can with it without maybe soaking the cloth robe in some water or something and giving it a bit of an iron or something like that. But I've done the best with it I can, and it looks okay. As I say, it sits on his head okay, and the hood does come down, and he has that piece of string which goes right around his neck. You can see I've got the unlit lightsaber hanging off of his belt, so that just goes in with a little peg. And he's looking pretty good. I do like this outfit of Anakin. This is the Anakin that we've always needed in the Vintage Collection. This is his main outfit in Attack of the Clones. We've previously had the peasant Anakin figure, which essentially he wears that outfit for about 5 minutes, if that. Now I just want to bring in the other figure. Now you must excuse me with this one because he doesn't have the correct hand. My son lost the hand ages ago, so I think he just put in somebody else's hand that happened to fit. And you can also see some paint rub on the hair as well, which means it's been well played with, which is always good. So you can pretty much see that the figures are almost identical. The old one's face is a lot paler and lifeless than the new one. Having said that, I'm not sure the new photo reel makes him look any more like Hayden Christensen, if I'm honest. You can also see that his tunic or his shirt is a different colour brown. This one's much more shiny and glossy, and this one's been toned down a little bit and is a different colour brown. If I just put them up side by side there, you'll be able to see. The rest of the figure is pretty much identical, the paint and everything. And in fact, the paint on his belt, on the new one's belt, seems to be a lot better than the previous Black Series one. So this is the Black Series 3.75 inch version. This one did not come with the robe. So That's just a little comparison between the two figures. And now I'm going to take the robe off of this Anakin and we can take a closer look at the head sculpt and the paint apps and things like that. All right then, so there he is without the robe on, so you can get a good look at the figure. We're going to go through some of the details in a minute, and then we'll bring him up close to the camera so we can get a good look at the face sculpt and the paint apps with the photo reel. You can see that it's got some really nice sculpting on his tunic. He does have some soft goods underneath as well to help with the articulation, which we'll look at in a second. And also, this figure actually has rocker ankles, which was something that was quite rare when this figure was originally released back in, what, 2014, 15 now, I want to say, somewhere around there anyway, who is on that like orange and black card in the 3.75 inch black series. So let's take a look closer up and then we'll look at the accessories as well. So there you go, there's a close-up of the face sculpt. Now, I don't think they've ever really caught Anakin's likeness that well on any of the figures. This is probably one of the better ones, but it's still not there really. And you can see that he has that hair braid which sort of sticks out, which is a bit weird. So you might want to try and flatten that down a little bit. But the sculpting on the back of the hair is quite nice. You can see it's all been painted brown. And there's the rest of his tunic. There's the lightsaber. And there's those soft goods that I mentioned underneath. So you can see there, that's going to help with the articulation. So there he is. Right, let's try the removable hand. So here's his hand, his good hand, which just is on a peg like that. Unfortunately, no wrist articulation. It's just a swivel. And then we can put the metal one in to replace it, which looks quite funny there. His like cyborg hand. You obviously see that when they get married at the end of Attack of the Clones. So there you go. Pretty nice figure. And for anyone that missed the version from the 3.75 inch black series, I think this is a welcome addition for the Vintage Collection. I think the standard is up there. It's got all the articulation that you need. At the end of the day, it's just missing those new style hips, which we're getting on most figures these days. So it's just missing that really. But the hips on this one is still pretty decent. So in terms of articulation, he does have a head on a ball joint. He has the ball hinge shoulders, elbows, swivel wrists. He swivels at the waist. You can really see the joint in there when you open him up a little bit. He has the ball hinged hips, as you can see there. He doesn't have a split at the thigh. He has the ball hinged knees and he has the rocker ankles, which is pretty cool. So the articulation isn't up there with one of the new figures that's coming out recently, but it's still pretty good. And as I say, it's got pretty much everything that you need, minus a few minor details. There's his lightsaber accessory. Not really too much to say about that. It's okay. Silver and black with the blue beam. And there he is holding it pretty well. So there you go. That is Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones. Very timely released, considering he was dressed very similar to this in the Obi-Wan series. So that's pretty cool. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members. And we shall see you on the next one.